Really interesting here that Solo is like this wokey company. The Trump administration was like, oh yeah, we like those. Those are the good wokes. As long as they exploit people, the Trump administration will support you.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
Trump's assault on services. We talked about the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and how it's been effectively shut down. Russ Vought, the director of the Office of Management and Budget, acting director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, put out on Twitter a tweet about how they are pulling down one of their lawsuits against a predatory lender. And here's what he said, quote, "Over the last 4 years, many working class Americans with limited means faced unexpected medical bills, auto repairs, and higher grocery bills. One company set up an innovative solution by creating a platform to allow borrowers and lenders to connect for loans at no interest, with borrowers able to tip the lender and also donate to keep the platform going. Shockingly, the CFPB tried to destroy this company. Solo, which incurred millions in legal fees and had to lay off 30% of its workforce, it was wrong, and we dismissed the case. More to come, but the weaponization of, quote, consumer protection must end." Now, that sounds interesting. They're just giving money to people at no interest. And the mean Consumer Financial Protection Bureau wanted to shut them down because they were giving money to people for free. That sounds pretty bad. Sounds like the government shouldn't be doing that. That's interesting that the government was doing that. Well, even on Elon Musk's Twitter, readers did not allow that to stand because it's such a lie. And so here's on the community notes on Twitter, on Elon's Twitter, they said, readers added context they thought people might want to know. Solo advertised zero interest loans, but almost all of Solo's loans carry an equivalent annual percentage rate of over 36% APR, and many loans carry an APR in excess of 300%, with some over 1,000%. Oh, that's interesting. So you're telling me that this company wasn't actually just giving money to people for free. It was actually exploiting people and charging usurious interest rates. That's interesting. And in addition to that, like just the fact that they were exploiting people and, extorting and using usurious interest rates and things like this, they also hid behind this woke BS to try to kind of cloak themselves in a positive framework, right? And so Jacobin has an article titled that I really recommend folks read, "Meet Trump's Favorite Woke Payday Lender" by Branko Marcetic. Hey, 5 seconds. Just wanted to say that this is only possible because of our donors. If you want to see more of this, then consider donating yourself at tvlr.fm/donate. And so they explain in this Jacobin article that, not only they talk about how just the facts of the matter are that they charged, kind of usurious interest rates, but also... Here's from the article. Solo is meant to be a techified cross between a payday and micro lender, connecting people who have spare cash they can lend out with other people who need to borrow modest amounts at short notice. In practice, the firm is accused of being a predatory lender that has had legal action taken against it in at least 5 states and was in the process of being sued by the CFPB. And they talk about, how they were extorting people, blah, 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 blah. We already talked about that. Here's the real kicker. Solo did all this while presenting itself outwardly as a, quote, woke company that users could trust because of its diversity and commitment to social justice-y sounding concepts. Solo never tires of telling people that it is the largest black-owned fintech firm and the only black-owned B Corp fintech in the US and Canada. They also never tire of stressing the diversity of its members, its top brass, press and company messaging constantly harp on about how their product is, quote, equitable, complaining that regulators who smacked Solo down weren't driven by, quote, empowering equitable solutions. Its co-founder and president, Rodney Williams, has slammed tech startups that lean on performative rhetoric and has put profits above purpose, and charged that Solo is trying to right the wrongs in systems that have kept underserved communities at bay in a country that is at crisis economically, racially, and environmentally. Even the right-wing media that is all in on Vaught's supposed purge of wokeness and DEI regurgitates some of this same rhetoric in presenting Solo in a sympathetic light. And so, really interesting here that Solo is like this kind of wokey company that was exploiting people, but because they were a bank, the Trump administration was like, oh yeah, we like those. Those are the good wokes. The good wokes. As long as they exploit people and basically steal money from poor folks, the Trump administration will support you. So there you go. Seems bad. Seems bad to me. You just saw a clip from the Valley Labor Report. We are live every Saturday morning from 9:30 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. And we pride ourselves on keeping all of our content free to everybody so that we can talk to as many working folks as possible. If you support the work that we're doing, you think that it's important, you think that it's good, then consider making a monthly contribution to the project, and you can do that on our website, tvlr.fm.